Yo, what up, what up, what up, what up? What's up, everybody? Y'all know what it is. Monday Night Madness on your way. You know what time it is. It's time to like and share this motherfucker. It's time to get your popcorn, get your snacks, get your drinks ready, get that dinner that you prepared, put that shit on the table already, get your plates already ready, and sit your ass down and watch this Monday Night Madness go down. All right? Get ready. You see my bros is in the building? Oh, yes, we keep growing every week, every single week. We growing. Monday Night Madness. Like and share. We on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, the whole 9 yards. Time to get this thing rolling in 30. Let's go. Yo, what up, what up, what up, what up? Y'all know what it is. Monday Night Madness in the building right here. Y'all know what it is. I'm Andre the Torch Robinson. The fire starter is here, ready to rock and roll for another phenomenal Monday Night Madness. And yes, it would be a shame if I did not introduce my brothers first before I get into all this sports talk that we got going on tonight. All right. To my, you see him in the upper right-hand corner. My guy over here, J817 MVP on social media, right here. This guy, right there. My guy, Justice General. What's good? What's good?
Hey, I'm good, man. I appreciate you inviting me on the show. I'm ready to talk some Bills football, especially after a playoff win. You know what I'm saying? I like the energy. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Let's go ahead and get started, man.
You already know what it is, man. My guy over here down at the bottom right beneath me. You know what he's got the DeMar Hamlin jersey on right now. Happy as can be.
Well, wait. To be fair, this is the AJ Manuel one. My Hamlin one hasn't shown up yet.
Oh, he was honest. EJ Manuel. How many of y'all do y'all remember EJ Manuel had that jersey, number 3 jersey, the EJ Manuel jersey back then? Jay, you told us before the show you had a Buffalo Bills jersey. What jersey did you have again?
I had Willis McGahee.
The Willis McGahee jersey.
Very nice.
Very nice. Very nice. By the way, you heard me just introduce him. I got to play his music real quick first. So. Yeah, that's all you was getting. What you thought you was getting the whole time. He thought he was getting the whole time. He was ready to start singing. His face was like, my guy, Jay, take the 10 Renard in the building. What's good, Jay?
Not a lot. Not a lot.
Not a lot.
Now,
our season's over, Torch.
Miami Dolphins. Yo, I will say this. You got that song stuck in my head for the entire week, bro. I'm at work over here singing Miami Dolphins. I'm at the Bills game singing Miami Dolphins to the Miami Dolphins. And they're like, oh, yo, are you a Miami Dolphins fan? I was like, hell no, get that Mighty Mouse ass theme music the hell up out of here. Man, it sounded like Cartoon Network. You remember Justin General back in the day? The Mighty Mouse music, the Mighty Mouse theme music.
Nah, man, I don't know that one.
I don't know nothing about that.
A little before my time, probably.
Yo, listen, y'all, like and share the show. We having a little bit of fun with Jay right now. As you know, We got to talk about these NFL football games. Playoffs. Playoffs? Yeah, playoffs. That happened. The Buffalo Bills. Miami Dolphins, 34-31.
Yeah.
You guys, y'all could just, I'm not picking a person today. Y'all could just go ahead and get it off y'all chest. How did y'all feel about the game? Because I got a lot of comments to get to about the thoughts on this game. But I'll start with Jay. Jay, go ahead.
All right. I don't even know where to start on this one. So, all right. So, literally, Skylar Thompson, third string quarterback, rookie, might add you, first playoff game ever, and he almost pulled off the unthinkable and beating the Buffalo Bills, the AFC East rival, in their home. Now, couple things, Ethan, we were talking about this right before the show. Yes, a couple things went Miami's way, a couple things didn't. I'm still stressing the fact that Waddle, he normally doesn't drop the passes he dropped yesterday. Elam did a great job on Waddle, but there was a lot of different miscalculations that happened during the game. They started to try and get Gesicki involved, and there was either overthrows and good coverage, and that stuff didn't happen. The defense did step up. I will say the three things that were needed to happen, and I had stressed this on the last show before the game, if you remember, Dre. Waddle and Hill needed to have big games. Defense had to show up to play the level that they're expected to be playing. And we literally needed Skylar Thompson to actually be pretty accurate and make some big plays. And unfortunately, the run game wasn't there. I mean, Jeff Wilson, what did he have, like 40-something yards? I don't even know. I think he was under 40 yards. That was horrendous. I don't know what happened with that run game, but that was non-existent. Waddle and Hill did not have big games. Potentially, Waddle could have had a very good game, but he dropped so many passes. So really, the thing to hang our hat on was our defense showed up. Our defense showed up for the game. They pressured Allen as good as any team could pressure Allen. And, again, some things went our way, some things didn't. But then at the end of the game, I don't know what goes on in McDaniel's mind, but how is it that you got to constantly get a delay of game? And he's coming out saying he doesn't even know what down it is. Like, how are you saying that you thought it was a first down and it's a fourth down and you don't have a play to go? Like, if it's fourth down or even third down, right away you should have another play up. If you're not getting that third down, you need to have another play ready to go. What the hell is going on with that? That was maddening. And that is on coaching. But other than that, it was a good game.
Totally agree. Justice, your thoughts on this game, my guy?
You know what? I see a lot of people coming out of the game saying like, "Oh, the Bills, if they play this way, they're gonna get beat and all this other stuff," and sloppy and a whole bunch of complaints I have about the game. Did the Bills make mistakes? Absolutely, they did. They made a lot of them, actually. A lot of like crucial mistakes too. But thank goodness we were only playing the Dolphins and not like a really good team. So like they weren't able to like,
Wow. Disrespect mania already starting.
All right, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Don't apologize now. Too late.
Talk to that. Let's go.
Listen,
You got it started.
I do believe that, but like I had to say it like that. But I will say that they made like way too many, and I can't even say uncharacteristics because they do this. This is what they do. I mean, it's just the Bills now. They started off blowing people out and everything was hunky dory, and then it was just like, yo, I don't know, we ain't got it no more. And then it was just like we need to figure out ways to win the game and make that it. They went through those 2 losses back to back, division losses, And then they had the Vikings game where they basically won the game, but then lost. So when you look at it, theoretically, they shouldn't have lost a single game this year. Like, if there is a universe that isn't very much different from ours that we live in currently, where the Bills went undefeated this year somehow. And they did it playing super crazy, sloppy football. So, like, you can talk about the Bills last year, how they lost a whole bunch of one-score games and how they was blowing people out all the time. This year, they was blowing people out sometimes, but then they won a bunch of one-score games. So I can't be mad at it. Like, would I like to see them play a complete football game, especially in the coming weeks where we need 3 more wins? Absolutely. But at the same time, a win is a win, dog. I don't care if you know what happens if we beat the next 3 opponents 6-3 and we have 6 turnovers per games. You know what happens?
So
We're the Super Bowl
right.
champions is what that means. So as far as I'm concerned, as long as they winning, look, in the regular season, I'll complain right there with you and tell you about all the horrible things they did because it's valid. And it's valid here too, but I'm not going to be any less appreciative of the W because of how it came in the playoffs.
All right, first and foremost, I guess you know what I do, man. You know what we do. This Monday Night Madness. If you just tuning in right now, we are on Twitter, Twitch, Spreaker.com, YouTube, Facebook, all that. Make sure you like and share. It is warming up. Justice already done opened up a can of whoop ass because he loaded up his little gun and already done been fired on this show. Jay Renard being real nice right now, okay? But Jay, I got something for you. You ready, Jay? I got something for him. Tell Justice right now he can't be doing this right now. If you gonna say something, you gotta stand on that. You can't be doing this.
Stand on that. I just apologize.
No. Don't be apologizing.
Whoa.
Yo, he can't be doing none of this. We ain't doing no friendly stuff.
Whoa, what is
We ain't
this?
doing no extra friendly stuff around here. By the way, hey, Jay, your coach didn't get a chance to do that this week, did he? Huh? He didn't get a chance to do that this week? You know, thank you, Robert Saleh, for allowing us to make the playoffs. You know, only for Skylar Thompson and Jalen Waddle to waddle his ass right out of a playoff game and not do a damn thing. Ethan, your thoughts, man?
Justice is right. This has been this way. The team's been this way for the most part. I mean, for most of the year, we've been winning the close games, and I mean, to be honest, the Bengals didn't look that dominant last night either. So I mean, but we still the game. When we talk about that game, I'll tell you what, the team that makes the least amount of mistakes is going to win that game. Is what it's going to come down to. Being in Buffalo is going to help, especially with the crowd getting loud for everybody, and obviously they lost one of their starting offensive linemen to a dislocated kneecap or whatever it was there during the game. So that's going to be. So if we need to get pressure on Burrow.
All right. Now, I tell you what, I'm gonna say a whole lot. It ain't no kissing up after I say ain't gonna be no, I ain't mean to say it like that. Nah, I'm messing with my guy Justice, because you know it's the first time thing. Gotta mess with him a little bit. Jay. Get him into the, you know, Monday Night Madness spirit. Gotta mess with the guy. But listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, the Buffalo Bills play like shit. Oh yeah, I'm gonna say it. They played like donkey shit for a while. And I'm going to be honest with you. It almost reminded me of the Miami I'm sorry. I forgot. Minnesota actually won their game. The Minnesota Vikings game.
No, they didn't. No.
When they played Buffalo, they beat Buffalo. Oh. Yes. We'll talk about that later too. But that game reminded me of the Minnesota-Buffalo game for a while. Yeah. I'm like, what are they doing? They didn't learn from Minnesota? What the hell is going on? I'm literally talking to one of the ladies while we sitting there, you know, we sitting there, she's watching the game, and I said, remember Minnesota? And she looked at me and was like, "Don't you dare." I was like,
Don't you dare.
I said, "Look." I said, "Look." No, almost like
Look at the scoreboard.
you remember Shirley Caesar before she started talking about beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes. She was like, "Look." She was like, "Look."
You name it.
That's right. You name it. I was like, "Yo, Minnesota." I said, "Yo, they playing like this Minnesota game again." I said, "If Miami win this game, not only will I never hear the end of it from Jay Renard, but I'm also, which he'll be back. Not only am I going to hear this from Jay Renard, but I don't know how the hell I would explain how Buffalo lost to Skylar Thompson, third string.
I was getting ready to say that. I was getting ready to say that too. If we lose to this team, I am not going to let Buffalo Bills here live it down.
So
I wouldn't know how to argue it, honestly.
Yeah,
there would be no way to argue. There would be nothing to argue.
He did. No, we lost to Skylar. Like that's a real thing. Like that's a thing. You
got your tail whipped at home by Skylar Thompson. You got your tail whipped by Skylar Thompson. Let me tell you. By the way, I'm not buying that whole third round crap. That third string quarterback crap. I'm not buying it when I'm looking at other third string quarterbacks right now killing it. I'm not buying it. Miami is real. Regardless if Skylar Thompson's a third string quarterback, Miami was for real yesterday. I don't give a damn. And
they got really lucky, but they also capitalized.
I don't want to hear if Tua was playing. No, Skylar played the way he was supposed to. Did he make a couple of mistakes? Sure, he did.
Wait a minute. No.
Played.
Because if Tua does play that game, Miami wins that game. If Tua wins that game, we win that game.
I honestly don't know if Tua could have played much better than Skylar did. If you really want to put it on somebody, you got to put it on.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Tank. You were the same one that was blaming Jalen Waddle earlier. So if that's the case, then how is Tua supposed if he's going to drop Tua's passes the same way?
No, because Tua would have seen Hill open. He wouldn't have missed Hill wide open.
Maybe. I mean,
yeah,
that's just being a rookie. I mean, that's a rookie mistake. I mean, that it is what it is. But Tua's not missing that. Tua's going to see that.
Yeah, but if Tua got pushed down and hit like Skylar did, he might have got a concussion. So, like,
here we go.
You know what I mean?
And he's not wrong. I mean, Scott, you said that last week. He needs to learn to fall better.
I agree.
So listen, let's get to some comments real quick. We got a lot of comments about this game in itself. Plus, we got a lot of viewers right now. Michael, what's good? He said, "Go away, fish. They back to the ocean." DJ Nico said, "I never had a doubt we were going to win." Michael said, "Go Cowboys tonight." Cowboys play later on tonight. We will get into that.
Trash.
We'll get into that Cowboys game coming up. Buffalo's going to the bowl regardless of who we play. I said it since September 5th. This season will be magical for the Buffalo Bills fans everywhere, said DJ Shaw. What's good, DJ Shaw? Shout out to you. Jeremy.
Hey, I hope it's right.
Robert Leader, what's up? Said, "Hey, Jay, we told you." And then Marcus Beth said, "Shots fired." My guy, NCW, you see it right here. My guy, Sam Slade in the building said, "Dolphins are bums." Said, "Jay, is this fish for you? Is this fishy enough for you?" He said, "The game isn't played off of theoretically. Dubs and L's," said Marcus Betts. Lorenzo, DJ Lowe, what's good, my guy? Yo, my guy, DJ Lowe. If you don't know who he is, go support him too. I love DJs just like I love DJ Tank.
DJ Lowe? I know DJ. That's my boy.
DJ Lowe in the building. He be out there killing it on Tailgate Island, by the way. Shout out to my man DJ Lowe in the building. 716, baby. Sing the shout song, Robert Leader said. Jay, sing it. All right. Theoretically, could have lost to the Ravens. What's up, Firestarter? Nice shirt. Of course, you know, NCW, baby. Jaw You Club, baby. I'm taking the night off. Y'all got this. Monster. Man, if you don't get in here. Jared, what's good?
Man, we got to see this guy too? It's
Buffalo
definitely
have these
starting to
kids.
smell like
Well, you know
91.
we got to pile on now, Jay.
It's definitely starting to smell like 1991 in here now.
Oh,
Look,
geez.
real quick,
That's a
Torch,
lot-
Torch.
that's a
You
lot of
know
picks.
why I would disagree with you when you say the Bills play like shit. I would say the Bills played with more intensity on Sunday than they have in a very long time. Like Josh was going after
Yeah,
it.
'cause
He was letting it rip. The defense was hitting boys. They were like, they had a lot more oomph than they typically do. You could tell that they was ready for playoff football. They just made a ton of mistakes on offense. That's really, if they don't make those mistakes, that's a convincing blowout.
Well, that's
hold on, Jay. Let me respond to that.
attributed to also playing a division rival. I mean, they're
Mhm.
Dolphins are getting up for that game just as much as the Bills are, regardless of the playoffs.
Hold on, Jay. Let me respond to that. You ever go to like a gas station and you know that your tire it needs some air, and you go to that gas station and you fill your tire with air, and you think it's all good, and then the air come out of it, and you like, damn, I gotta go back to the gas station. That was the Buffalo Bills on Sunday. It looked like they was gonna blow Miami's ass out 17-0, and then the air fell out. Oh damn!
I agree.
I gotta go back to the damn gas station again.
At least they had time to go back there.
Yeah, they had to change to do it.
You better be thanking God they had time. They had time, because that first play in the second half looked like the whole entire air went out of Buffalo with that fumble. Scoop and score. What the hell is this new theme of Buffalo giving up scoop and scores, fumbles for touchdowns? Oh yeah, what game was that happened? Oh, Minnesota. I'm like, oh, here we go again. Minnesota all over again. God darn it. More comments though. Jared said if Buffalo have any chance, which they do, they have to put the pressure on Joe, limit the mistakes, including the run game more. That would have been bad. Mm-hmm. Jim Harbaugh maybe staying in Michigan, maybe.
He is.
Yep. Tua ain't missing wide open Tyreek Hill. He almost took it to Buffalo. He did. But we already know if
Tua needs to be more headstrong.
Right. Man, listen. DJ Lowe said Tua retires this year, and Jackson's the new quarterback in the trade. Yo, DJ Lowe.
He's not.
Man, if you read in my eyes, I've been said the same thing, DJ Lowe.
Relax.
Yeah. You see it, DJ Lowe.
It's already been said that Tua is the starting quarterback.
Yeah, the GM just said that.
Oh, okay.
I already said it. I'm not happy about it, but whatever. It is what it is.
Congratulations. All right.
Congratulations on what?
Hey, why are you not happy about it if you would have beat the
I'm not a Tua fan. I've said this. I said this in the beginning of the season. I'm not a Tua fan. We need a goddamn quarterback that can actually survive the season, not go out after 2-3 games.
Yes, he do.
I mean, fair. That's fair.
He think that they would have beat the Bills. He do. Don't let him fool you with that. He really think that they would have beat the Bills. Tua is deadly accurate. Skyler was underthrowing Waddle badly. Those 2 passes were touchdowns, said Jared. Yeah. Timothy, what's good? McKenzie was definitely missed. Okay. Right. You right.
Nah, I don't know about that.
You're right.
No,
You're right.
Not McKenzie.
You're right. So, and
Isaiah Hodgins was missed.
Yo, Isaiah Hodgins definitely was missed.
He's the one that's missed. All right. Isaiah McKenzie don't make that catch down the field that Khalil Shakir made, and he damn sure don't make that catch.
Can we talk about
I wish we had plenty of drops that like that one that we could have put the game away earlier. But anyway.
We need to talk about later on how the damn Bills have let go of some wide receivers who end up being good on other teams. But continue to talk about this Miami game real quick. I got DJ Ready Rob in the back hollering at me about something. Justice, talk about this game.
He said the Dolphins game?
Yeah.
I mean, so for me, when you look at I just don't think it was the Bills play like shit. I don't like if you want to say they play like shit, I completely understand where you're coming from because they didn't play great, right? But this is I hate to say it, but this is who they are now. This is like their MO. They just
Giving us all a heart attack.
Yeah, they're either going to score points or they're going to turn it over. It just happens so often now where the running back randomly fumbles. Josh just throws a WTF interception. A defensive.
Well, I don't know if I'd say either of those were WTFs, really.
No, they weren't. But I'm saying we've gotten used to those things transpiring in the last couple games. Mm-hmm. Or a wide receiver drops a pass or this crucial. You know what I mean? They shoot themselves in the foot. And I always say the only team in the National Football League that can beat the Buffalo Bills is the Buffalo Bills.
Mm-hmm. Oh God.
I mean, Dolphins had 3 cracks at it.
What's with Tony Romo's love affair too?
That was a bit much.
That was ridiculous.
He seemed like he had a love affair for the Dolphins too during the game.
No.
Tony does that though. Like he
kept on going like that. He kept on going like. Oh, we can see the upset. We can see the upset. They go to the Chiefs. I'm like, dude, just stop.
All right, so Micah Hyde. Is he coming back for the next game? Like, what's going on?
No, he's already been ruled out for that game, for the Cincinnati game.
So what's they supposed to do? Is say who's safety? Dean Marlowe? He played.
Yeah, probably Marlowe. Marlowe played well.
He played pretty well. I wasn't mad at his performance. I was really, really happy with Kaiir Elam. Why hasn't Kaiir Elam been playing all season? Is what I want to know.
I've been asking that question all year. Hey,
Jay, does this scare
they've been splitting it with Dane Jackson.
Does it scare you that a rookie corner is out there being fast enough and physical enough to contain a Tyreek Hill or a Jalen Waddle who covers them?
Not at all. I mean, first of all, I respect the Buffalo Bills. As much as I like to talk smack about you guys, I respect you guys as a team. And I actually, believe it or not, I actually do like watching a couple of your players. I mean, I love watching Josh Allen play regardless. I mean, guy's a ball. But I give Jordan Poyer props all day long. Dude, that kid plays his ass off. He's a great player. I'd love to have him on the Dolphins. And then Elam, I mean, I've seen enough of Elam all season long. Kid can ball too. So, absolutely. I mean, I think your run game is garbage. You definitely got to do something with that. Obviously your receivers, you might need to get another new number.
Hold on.
Whoa. We're not going back. We're not letting you slide with that one.
Yeah, you got to expound on garbage. What is that coming from?
What, your run game?
Yeah.
You're going to tell me your run game's solid.
It's pretty solid. Both our running backs average about 5 yards to carry.
Come on.
We're the only team in the NFL that had at least 100 yards rushing every single game this season. I mean,
yeah, because Josh Allen has 70 yards of it.
I mean, he's a part of the run.
Not every week. Not every week. You don't.
Come on, Josh Allen is trying to run for at least over 50 yards a game. Doesn't he average almost 60 yards a game?
He only had 20 yesterday.
But doesn't he average over 60 yards a game, or just about?
I don't know. I wouldn't say so. I'd say he probably averages 40.
I think we need to check
40?
that out because I'm pretty sure that Josh Allen averages about 60 yards a game running.
All right, so by the way, I hear the whole run game situation. By the way, I was helping out DJ Ready Rob real quick. By the way, I am in Waffle Studio right now. This is Monday Night Madness. I am Andre the Torch Robinson, the fire starter. Got Justin General in the building. Got Ethan Tweedy in the building. Got my guy right here, Jay Renat, in the building. You know, you got enough bandages over there for those wounds? Bandages over there. Where that clown music at? Where that clown music at? I think we should play some clown music later on for these awards that we're going to get into. But Josh Allen, getting into Josh Allen. The Buffalo Bills are still number 4 yardage per attempt in running the football.
Mm-hmm.
So Buffalo Bills
Number
can
3.
run the ball. This is
Number
number
3.
They need to do it more with the running backs and not Josh Allen.
You say we're third, Justice?
Yeah, they're number 3 in yards per carry.
Well, right now, currently, they were 4 in the regular season. They would be 3 now, obviously, after what they did this week. So, yeah. More comments real quick. Skyler was holding the ball way too long.
So Josh Allen averages just under 50 yards a game rushing.
Okay.
So there you go.
I said I put it at 45. So that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that don't surprise me. He doesn't. It's not.
49.7
Jay, the difference is that a lot of those aren't design runs. They're usually the scrambles.
Yeah, that's the Bills' offense. Josh Allen drop back in shotgun.
For Josh Allen, he
literally sees somebody downfield, hold the ball. If he doesn't, then take off and run. That's exactly what the offense is for Josh Allen. They don't really call any crazy, creative plays. You don't see the same things you see in Cincinnati or in Kansas City. It's literally on Josh Allen the entire time. So, you got to run the ball sometimes. You got to do what you got to do to win. Jump over a couple people, stiff arm a few defensive tackles. It's Josh Allen stuff.
All right, so Lorenzo DJ Lowe said, OC Dorsey, got to get more creative. My guy, woo! Buck Flair in the building. What's good? Buck. Deborah Beatty in the building. What's good? Chargers totally shit the bed against the Jaguars. 5 interceptions they got on Trevor, and they still couldn't get the W home. Hines needs more carry, said DJ Lowe. Bills' running game is not solid, said Marcus Betts.
Miss me with that.
Okay, so I don't think that it's not solid. It's just that they just don't run the ball enough.
Run the ball. We got a pretty good run game. They just don't run it.
They just don't run it enough. That's what I really think, honestly.
Devin Singletary and Cook average almost 5 yards a carry. It can't theoretically be not good.
Dude, it's easy to average 5 yards a carry if you're only rushing 3 times a game. Like, come on, man.
Oh, that's not. We don't average 3. We don't average three attempts. Come on, now, be realistic here.
I'm being facetious, obviously, but I'm just saying.
It's not Singletary's fault he doesn't get the requisite attempts, though. He can only do what he does with the attempts he gets, though. You can't put that on him.
Right. So Jared said use Cook more, and then Marcus said see how that worked out for Cam Newton. But I do have other comments from the other day when we talked about this Bills Dolphins game. And Dante Rick said, too close. Bills got to keep their foot on the gas pedal. Josh has to get out of the turnover phase. Dalton Smith said, wasn't pretty, but we're glad we got the win. Brett Hills, you too funny. We not talking about the Packers. We wasn't talking about the Packers. Garland Robinson said, I really think if Tua was healthy, Miami could have won.
This is a playoff show. We ain't talking about the Packers.
Right. We not. They scored 31 points with a third-string quarterback. 7 of those was defense. I get it, but I understand. Steve Hess said he can't make some of those throws Tua can't make. Oh, matter of fact, he said he made some of the throws Tua couldn't make. Interesting. Sharifa Perry, what's good?
Where that's coming from?
Sharifa Perry said, we won. A win is a win. However, Josh needs to get it together. Errant passes and mishandling of the ball. Ken Dorsey can go. Whoa. Also, everyone keeps saying third string quarterback, this, that. Brock Purdy is a third string quarterback beating the brakes off of folks. So stop.
I want to say something. Hold on. I want to say something on. I'm sorry. I want to say something on Ken Dorsey. Everybody's like, yeah, Ken Dorsey's got to go. Nonsense. I don't think so. Listen. Shout out to Sal Capacios. Broke this down on the radio last week. On Dabbles and John and Dorsey's both of theirs, they averaged 28.4 points per game, both of them. So before everybody was. I didn't hear a word you said, Jay.
I didn't say nothing.
Oh,
Yeah, he didn't say nothing. All right. She said the young man did his job, played his heart out. That wasn't our fault. We took a third string quarterback lightly. Prepare for Cincy. Let this one go at this point. Agreed. Agreed, said Nikita Marie. Shout out to her. Football is any given Sunday type of sport. Good days and bad. A win is a win, period. El Negro Sorrell said Tua's injury saved Buffalo. LOL. Claudia Ferrero said move on. Sharon Mullen, shout out to the Chocolate Girl, said the NFL is not rigged. It was a good game. The Bills came out on top. Congrats to the Bills. Lonnie Taylor said, what a great game. Dami Roberts said, yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. She was super happy about that. She was at the game. Melanie Miller was stressed out, she said, totally stressed out. Garland said they got to play better, inconsistent throws, decision-making starting to worry me. Shout out to Wayne Solomon, said, I think this was a mistake-filled game for the Bills from the first quarter. I also think that they better do better the next game, not turn over the ball as much. Darius Smith said, weak game, weak play from the Bills. Tragic mistake, no urgency on offense, beating themselves consistently. All right? Now, Chris Carr said, good game. Good game for the W, but they need to fix some stuff next week. I totally agree with that. Also, we got more comments. I mean, these comments is just flooding through. All right? Carolyn. Yes, we do. Man said, I don't think Buffalo ever worries about Miami, so they didn't come full. But I do think that they are going to need to be on their A game against the Bengals. I totally agree with that. Hell of a statement there. Stupid. Totally agree. Jay Renat, cut it out. They said you smoking fish.
What do you mean the Buffalo Bills aren't worried about the Dolphins ever? What? That's a stupid comment. That's dumb. That's like saying that no one in the AFC East cares about any team that they play in their division.
Nah, I think that was just a shot. I just think that was. Hold on. I think that was aim.
That's stupid.
Hold on. I think that was aim, fire, shoot right for you, Jay, and your team. You know what though? I'm gonna be honest. I'll be honest real quick. I think that the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins is going to be a rivalry, a great rivalry, renewed. By the way.
Why are you lying?
No. Justice, give them their props. No, you gotta give them their props. These last 3 games, 3 points for a win.
They're not good.
Hold on. We've only had a point margin in 3 games of +5.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, 3 points, 3 points, 2 points. I mean, to me, that's a hell of a.
I'm not worried at all about Miami. What I'm worried about is the Buffalo Bills learning to clean up their game. If the Buffalo Bills clean up their game and they stomp Miami all 3 games, but because of the turnovers and because of the sloppy play, which is the story with every other team they faced, they beaten every team they played this year except for the Vikings, and they should have beat them. It was basically a W. So I'm not worried about anybody in our division, to be honest.
All right, this is what I you know what? We got to move on to the next game. We've been talking about the Bills Dolphins to start the game, but shout out to everybody that's tuning right now. It's getting real, and we having a whole lot of fun with this thing. Monday Night Madness is on right now. Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, the whole 9 yards. All right, Spreaker. So make sure you tune in. Couple more comments real quick before we get to the next game. We have a finesse O-line. We need maulers. I thought they got maulers when they got Quisenberry and what's the other lineman's name? See, I ain't even heard from him so much that I totally just forgot his name.
Saffold.
Yes, Roger Saffold. Thank you.
And tell you something. Hey, wait a minute. I got something on Saffold. He was supposed to be Mauler or whatever. No. Out of 77 guards in the NFL, he ranks 71st. He's a 45.2 PFF grade. You tell him that's awful.
That is awful. Did y'all see Evans keeping up with Tyreek? LOL. That's funny. is not asking about Brett Hills coming back out of hiding or not. We is not asking. Either he asked you, Brett came out of hiding. We not asking about Brett. No question. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Goodness. Dolphins not good is a wild comment to say. That's right. I think the Dolphins are. I think they're a lot better than people give them.
They're good.
Listen,
they're not great.
listen.
They're not great though.
Okay.
I'll say
I'll
they're
give you
good.
that.
Hey.
Let it go. Let it go.
Oh my God, Jay.
Dolphins gotta let go of the season because the season over now. So that's a perfect song.
Hold
The
on.
perfect song
dog.
for Jay
Hold on.
is great.
Watch this. Ian Rakelli, my guy Rocco in the building said, wow, listening to this just reminds me how naive Bills fans can be sometimes, not worried about our division. Have you forgotten that you were dormant for the last 2 decades and were considered the laughing stock until 2017 happened? You were Brady's bitches.
I'm not sleeping on none of our division rivals. So that
George
comment.
Washington used to be the president. What does that have to do with today?
Oh shoot. Rocco, man, you can call in, Rocco. You see the call line. Y'all see the call line, 716-481-8249. Y'all can call in, state your case. For real, like my guy Mookie
Hey, Torch, let me ask you a question, Torch. Let me ask you a question. Do you think Tom Brady and the Patriots are able to do what they did for 2 decades if Josh Allen is 15 years older and was drafted by the Buffalo Bills?
Ooh, that's a hell of a good question.
So why are we talking about this? It's not our fault the rest of the teams in the division got sucky quarterbacks now. We was on the other end of that spectrum. That's not how we are now. Like, I'm not going to apologize for that. What, are you kidding me? Nah, man. We got Brady now. I'm proud of that. I'm not worried about anybody. I feel just how the Patriots did the last 15, 20 years, where they weren't worried about a nan thing in the division except the 1 year where the Jets went to the AFC Championship game.
I just want to say this. It doesn't matter because I'm sure when y'all see this, that couch is big for everybody's football team to go sit on.
There you go, Jay. So right there for you.
That couch got a whole lot of fitting room. I think the LA Chargers is on that couch. The Seahawks is on that couch.
The Vikings.
By the way, the Vikings is on that couch. Matter of fact, speaking of which, we need to get into these other games.
You guys got the Bengals. You guys got the Bengals next round, so you know what the Bengals are gonna do.
Okay, so we do got a caller. Okay.
Shut all
we do got a caller. Y'all ready for the caller? Caller is on the line. Let me make sure. Yes, make sure we can hear the caller. Caller, state your case right now. You on Monday Night Madness?
Where did y'all find this guy at? If Josh Allen were born 15 years earlier, that's your argument? If Josh Allen were born, so what if Reggie Miller and Karl Malone and Patrick Ewing were born 15 years earlier? Does Michael Jordan still rule the NBA? What an asinine question.
He rolled over those people. That analogy made no sense.
The Buffalo Bills got
what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Comment. If Josh Allen were born 15 years earlier, do you hear yourself? That's your argument?
I do, yes, because if the Bills had an all-time quarterback the same way the Patriots did, it would be a completely different conversation. How is that not registering?
That's 11. That's a 12 argument.
Hold on, Marcus. You got a rebuttal. Justice General has a rebuttal for you. Go ahead and rebut that, Justin.
Goofy argument. Come on, man. That's the best you got.
If the Buff,
is he gonna let him rebut?
You gonna let me speak because you just keep talking about how the argument sounds, but you're not really making any sense. To be honest with you,
I got to hear this. It's got to be better than your original argument. Let's hear. Come on.
You haven't made a point yet. First of all, that's first. Secondly, if the Buffalo Bills had
Hold
an
on, Marcus. Let him
all-time
talk.
quarterback-
Let him talk,
Oh
Marcus.
yeah, I'll let you get your nonsense off. Hold on for a second. All right. If the Buffalo Bills had an all-time quarterback the same way the Patriots had for 20 years, it would not have been such a lopsided division. That's the point behind what I said. Now, if you missed that, that's one thing. But if you see, you're not even listening.
Marcus, you got to let him talk.
Right, Marcus, go ahead. Let Justice finish that thought. I get you highly annoyed by the thought, but go ahead, Justice, finish that thought again.
Like I said, like I was trying to say, if any team, not just the Buffalo Bills, if any team in the division had an all-time great quarterback like the Patriots had for 20 years, if any other team had an all-time great quarterback in that span, the Patriots aren't as dominant as they were because they would have some form of competition. The other three teams in the division sucked 95% of the years of the Patriots' dominance. That contributes to how good they were because they rolled over the division every single year.
They had 6 wins in the division.
That talks about, that really shows how pathetic your division was. You have one team. I've asked this question.
Exactly. And that's how pathetic the AFC East is now, that the Buffalo Bills are the one team stomping over everybody else. You get what I'm saying? So now you
Buffalo ain't
understand where I'm
stomping
coming
over
from.
anybody.
Okay, go ahead, Marcus.
If Tom Brady were the NFC East, you know the NFC East was the only division that he lost to in the Super Bowl, right? He lost twice to the Giants and once to the Eagles. Do you think that if Tom Brady were in the NFC East, that he wins the NFC East 11 years in a row? Yes or no?
Say that one more time. Repeat that question.
If Tom Brady were in the NFC East, playing against the Giants and the Eagles and the Cowboys twice a year, do you think that he wins? Do you think he wins the division 11 years in a row?
If Tom Brady played for the Redskins, do I think he would win the division? Hell no. The Redskins suck. The organization sucks. Tom Brady is great in part to the team he played for. Hell no, he doesn't win the division 11, 12 years in a row. The Patriots are a part of Tom Brady's greatness. That's a terrible example.
How pathetic that division was. And now you guys get a little bit good and you're beating your chest.
A little bit.
Josh
What are
Allen.
you talking about, dude?
You want to talk a hot tub time machine? So you can
The
go back to
Dolphins have beat the Bills once in like the last 6 matchups, bro. Come on, bro.
Oh, yeah, say once in that, and then windstorm.
I know the Dolphins. I'm talking
Hey,
about the Dolphins.
Have the Bills
Yeah,
won
sure.
anything yet, or are they just hanging a hat on AFC?
I know
division
Dolphins
wins?
fans holding on to that undefeated season that happened 47 years ago. All right, I
Yeah,
got you.
Bills haven't won anything, so I don't
We
know what
won.
you're talking.
We won a game against the Dolphins yesterday.
All right,
the Buffalo Bills discredit Super Bowls because you're the only team in your division that hasn't won one.
yeah.
See, you know what? This makes sense.
Hold on. Who's discrediting the Super Bowl?
Ian makes a
There it is.
good point.
What's that?
The Jets are on the come up, and if the Dolphins had Lamar, they'd be a threat. But they don't have Lamar, and the Jets, hey, they still got to find a quarterback. I do like what they're doing though, but as of right now, I'm not worried about them. So that's a good point, Ian. You make
You forget that the Jets beat you with Zach Wilson. The first game y'all played, Zach Wilson beat you. You do remember that, right?
Where are the Jets today?
You should have won that game too.
Where are the Jets today?
Right, but that doesn't
You
matter.
want to talk
'cause
about
that's what I'm
one-offs?
saying. You ain't
You
won
want to
nothing
talk?
yet.
You could talk about one-offs, but who won the division?
Okay.
Thank you.
Winning the division. Okay, that's great.
The Bills beat the Patriots sometimes. Are we talking about that though?
You just got Zach
Right.
Wilson, but you lost to Zach Wilson. You lost to two.
So what?
The Cowboys lost some pretty bad games too before you go there.
Who cares? It was like 8 weeks ago.
Okay, but you still lost, so you're acting like, well, we're
Who
just this.
cares? What does that have to do with today, though? But what does that have to do with today? Is what I'm asking.
They lost to Washington a week ago.
See, now we want to go to recency bias. So, what is your recency
This
bias?
whole thing has been about recency bias.
Hold up.
What are you talking about today?
The team that you lost to the past two playoffs. What about recency bias with that?
What?
You have any comment on that?
He said Kansas City. He said the recency bias. If we playing by that, if we going by that, then what about Kansas City?
Kansas City is not in our division. What the hell does that have to do with anything?
No,
It has to do with the Lord.
About winning. You're talking about winning regular season games.
No, I was talking about the division. You're moving the goalposts now.
Super Bowl this year, okay? You know, the Super Bowl window doesn't stay open forever, okay? It doesn't stay open forever. Joe Burrow had been in the league 2 years and went to the Super Bowl last year, okay? Joe Burrow,
God.
all right?
What does that have to do with the AFC
Kind
East?
of pass Josh Allen up a little bit because he has actually been to the Super Bowl, lost to the Super Bowl when he went to the Super Bowl, okay? So it's like it doesn't matter if you don't finish the job. We don't do.
Wait a minute. I got a question for you,
What does
Marcus.
that have to do with anything?
Hold on. I got a question for Marcus. How are you're gonna ridicule us for losing to Zach Wilson, and you just lost to Sam Howell?
That's true. That's true. And guess what? Everybody's allowed a stinker. I'm not tripping at you. I'm saying you're in your Super Bowl window, Ethan. You're in your Super Bowl window. If the Buffalo Bills, we'll see next week. If you go and lose to Joe Burrow next week, all of this is new. It's all new. You gotta win a Super Bowl in the next couple of years. You got to.
Hold on, real quick. I started off this conversation by saying I'm not worried about anybody in the AFC East. And now you're talking about the Kansas City Chiefs, and you're talking about Joe Burrow doing something in the second year and how we need to beat them. What does that have to do with us being dominant over the AFC East?
You keep talking because you were talking about you're the one having the hot tub time machine conversation. If Josh Allen were born 15 years earlier, hot tub time machine. That's your argument.
Well, okay. You know what? I understand where the inconsistency is shown. Clearly, you don't understand my analogy. What I was trying to say was if Tom Brady had a legitimate competitor anywhere in the division, then they wouldn't have been as dominant as they were those 20 years. Do you disagree?
Okay, so again,
do you disagree?
you're beating your chest
Do you disagree?
Do you disagree?
Buffalo is a very good team. Buffalo is a very good team. But if you do not get to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl, it's all new. Okay, you went to four Super Bowls.
No, because we 3-time division champs in the last 3 years, so it's not mute when I'm talking about the AFC East.
Beating Mac Jones and beating Tua Tagovailoa, who gets a concussion every time he gets tackled, and beating Zach Wilson and Mike White.
Yep. Make my point for me. Go ahead. Go ahead and make my point for me. I appreciate you for making my point for me. Thank you.
Show up next week. Make sure you show up next week. I'm gonna get off the phone. Show up next week.
Next week we don't play an AFC East matchup, so I don't know what that has to do with anything. But I hope you have a good night.
I hope to see you all next week.
I hope you have a good night.
Thank you, calling in, adding some spice and flavor to the show. By the way, y'all watching Monday Night Madness, Justin General and Marcus the Alpha, that's going at it. The General and the Alpha going at it right here on Monday Night Madness. About you heard it. If you don't, you might want to rewind and hear it later on. All right. Someone has to win the division. LMAO, right?
All right, Ricky.
Good point. Good point, Rick. Now, speaking of which, we got to talk about the next game. This one, I got to talk about it. I just want to say this. Jay Renard, I know you around, and I know you behind that Miami Dolphins line. So I know you remember just last week, I made a comment on this very show. I said one of the two teams will get knocked out in the first round. Do y'all remember? Minnesota or the Cowboys, if not both, right? Well, guess what? The Minnesota Vikings, who I thought was overrated all year long, go home. And
Shout out to Brian Dable.
Danny Dimes was on his time. And Saquon Barkley.
Danny just earned himself a contract.
And Saquon Barkley was handling business along with Isaiah Hodgins as the New York Giants, the New York Football Giants, go into Minnesota. And they beat the Minnesota Vikings, giving the Vikings another loss to think about in the playoffs. 31-24. Danny Dimes, 301 yards, 2 touchdowns in this one. Isaiah Hodgins, 105 and a score. All right. Kirk Cousins had 273 yards, 2 touchdowns. Dalvin Cook, 60 yards. TJ Hockenson was puffing his chest up a little bit with his 10 catches, 129. But I want to know, you guys, why and how did the Minnesota Vikings lose this one?
Their defense is god awful. The game was the loss is not on everybody. Everybody's laughing about Kirk, but the loss was not on Kirk Cousins. Loss was on that defense who couldn't stop a wet paper bag.
Now, you remember Tecmo Bowl? And you got the Oakland Raiders. You know what I'm saying? You just got Bo Jackson. He just ran across the field and ran backwards a little bit just to mess with him, and then ran. You know what I'm saying? You score a touchdown every play. Remember 07 Madden, Michael Vick, where it was like virtually unstoppable. You know what I mean? That's who Justin Jefferson is. He is Tecmo Bowl Bo Jackson. He is 07 Madden Michael Vick. He is, just spam him, and chances are you might win, right? But if he gets shut down or contained to a degree or whatever the case may be, then chances are you probably won't win because you don't know how to do anything else, right? And I think that's exactly what happened with the Vikings. You know, they spammed Jefferson all season. When it mattered most, they went to 18, and more times than not, he got them out of whatever bind they were in. And, you know, when teams keyed in on Justin Jefferson, they really didn't have an answer otherwise. So, got to have other answers otherwise than your best player, Ken Dorsey.
The loss is kind of on Kurt, though. You don't throw a 3-yard pass when it's 4th and 8. LOL.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, kind of. I mean, but the receivers and receivers and tight ends or whatnot. It don't matter what play call it is. You know it's 4th down. You know the game's on the line. The season's on the line. You know where the sticks are. Get to the sticks, then turn around. So the receivers need to know whatever play call was done that would say no. I know where the line. I know where this line to gain is. You get there, turn around, then make yourself open.
Okay. Dak is going to choke tonight as he always does. Big games. Okay, got you. I hear that. I definitely hear that. My guy, Eddie, what's good, Velasquez? Eddie Velasquez in the PR right now, enjoying himself, having a good old time while he in the PR watching Monday Night Madness in the PR. Yo, show everybody in the PR.
Probably nice and warm down there.
Oh, it's a whole bunch of fun. He showed me some pictures earlier, having a good old time in the PR. My guy, Justice General, he over there waving like, yeah, what's up, man? Show us in the PR, baby. Show us in the PR, baby. Make sure you like and share the show. All right? For sure. Now, I told you, the Giants was real. I like the Giants. I like the New York Football Giants. I do. I like them. I like what Brian Daboll's done. All right? He's got a running game. And he's got a quarterback who doesn't make a whole hell of a lot of mistakes. A little bit of defense. Defense plays very well. And then sometimes they drop off somewhat. But he's got a team. and he came from a good place in Buffalo. So he took that good place in Buffalo and put some more bricks and mortar on there and changed this New York Giants team. Now, we got some awards to get to later on after we get through these games. So with that being said, hopefully Jay Renard get back. I don't know what's going on with your camera, bro, but nevertheless, fix that damn camera. Let's fix that damn camera. I know how to fix your camera. Let me play your fight song. Your fight song right now. If I played it, there it is. See,
it's lagging. The whole show is like lagging. I don't know. I'm trying to fix it.
I know. I've noticed that when you have your camera on and you're talking, your video's way behind.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
like,
man.
I don't even know what's up.
Justice, is that why you're not worried about the Dolphins? That's part of the reason.
Cowboys are getting the ball first. The Cowboys are getting the ball first.
Oh, that's nice.
The game's
Cowboys getting the ball first.
literally kicking off.
Right. Now, speaking of which, we got another game to talk about. Obviously, we got to talk about the Bengals-Ravens game. All right. I'm going to skip right to the very end. Is that a Baltimore touchdown?
No. I mean, if you look at it, it didn't cross the goal line.
No, it didn't cross the plane.
Yeah, so you can't call it a touchdown.
That game?
Oh my God, I wish it was, though. I wish more than anything it was.
Well, the thing was, all they had to do was Dobbins was running the ball well. Why not give it to him at the goal line? I don't know.
My brother said, Josh, shout out to Job. He said, that's what you get for trying to be Josh Allen when you not Josh Allen.
I like Tyler Huntley. I can do that.
Yo, they really scooped and scored. 90, what was it, 98 yards? Scoop and score.
Yeah.
Justice General, I know you was wishing. Maybe they should have had the general insurance. Maybe General would have helped them out just a little bit. Tank. The Ravens tanked this one. They tanked the game. Your thoughts? I mean, we had the Bengals supposedly smoking their boots. What happened?
Again, it's a different game and it's a different feel when you're playing a division opponent. When you're playing a division rival, I mean, it's just different. It's a whole different game. That's why this nonsense with this Bills talk and chirping all over the place about, you got to smoke the Dolphins, you're going to smoke the Jets, and whoever the fuck else is in the AFC East. Are you kidding me? It's the division.
Okay. Got you. I hear it. Yo, I mailed cards to the stadium from Alabama. There we go, Robert Leader. Making it happen. The quarterback should have stayed low and everyone push. John Harbaugh. Boy, did he turn into Jim Harbaugh last night. Ooh.
Yeah.
No, he didn't turn into Jim Harbaugh. Justice. Did he turn? He turned into khaki pants. He really did.
I mean, they came so close, man. They came so close, and it makes me so sick. So close.
They was this close.
You know what it's like? You know what it's like? It's like when the Chiefs was playing the Chargers, and then Justin Herbert, who's supposedly is a top 5 quarterback who can't win a playoff game.
Supposedly.
Supposedly some top 5 quarterback. And he throws an interception at the goal line, and they return it for a touchdown, and that's how they win the game. It's like one team should have won, and then the other team got some lucky break and ended up winning the game. So it reminded me a lot of that. Or like when the Raiders could have beat the Chiefs, and Hunter Renfrow and Devontae Adams want to run into each other. Like, all right, bro, I guess.
Yeah. Sad ending to that game whatsoever. I know everybody would have been glad Jacksonville would have played Buffalo this week. Baltimore goes to Kansas City, and off we go, right? But of course, the NFL is gonna get what they want here. They get Buffalo and Cincinnati coming up.
Yeah, but to be honest, I mean that's Miami. I mean, Cincinnati didn't play well. Neither did Buffalo. So it's gonna be whoever makes the least amount of mistakes.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. Got to move on to the next game. We got to talk about these. Speaking of comebacks, wow. Talk about the Jacksonville Jaguars. 31-30 over that Chargers team. You just mentioned Justin Herbert, so I had to bring this up. You guys, your thoughts on Justin Herbert losing this one to Trevor Lawrence?
Oof. Chargers are gonna charge. Chargers gonna charge her. I mean, what do you want?
Well, Staley's about to lose
Wow.
his job. I know the team is kind of behind him, but I mean, Staley's got a track record now of, just not winning the games that they should be winning. As far as Trevor Lawrence goes, everybody talks about him being that generational quarterback. Didn't look like it in the first half, but boy, did he look like it in the second half. I mean, he literally took his team and it was almost like he willed them to that win. But Chargers got to do better. I mean, when you're already beating them 27-0, 27-0. That's almost like being like 17-0 and then ended up being 24-17, but I'm just saying.
Yeah. Here's what I think about Trevor. Maybe not.
Your banner's in the way. You can't see what it is.
Yeah, thanks, Ethan. Let me move the banner, sir. Let me move the banner. I'm about to move it right now. Here we go. All right. So this is the thought right here. Obviously, the banner is still there.
You took it off for a second. There it is.
I should have kept it there, Justice. Because all you needed to see is that it says Andrew Luck. Dan Orlovsky said Trevor Lawrence is becoming Andrew Luck. Your thoughts on this lovely comparison?
I think we'll go all that far. Yeah, let's relax. I think people sometimes forget how good Andrew Luck was. Like, Andrew Luck was that boy. So Trevor Lawrence got to do a little bit more. It's more with this, premature coronation of these quarterbacks. Like, Josh Allen had to work tooth and nail in order to get the recognition that he deserved for quite a while at that point, especially when you consider he had beaten the Dolphins in 11 out of the last 13 times of his career. He beat the Jets 6 out of the last 8 times. And he's been he lost 1 game to the Patriots since Tom Brady has left the Patriots. So, I mean, sounds like domination to me, but I don't know. So it is what it is, but I don't know. I can only go by what's on there. So,
yeah, I'm not ready to put him on Andrew Luck level yet. You got to do more. You got to prove more.
You got to do way more, a lot more.
All right. Well, last game of the playoffs, obviously, we're going to talk about it because we'll talk about these playoffs all week long. Definitely want to get into these awards coming up shortly. We're going to give out some awards. We're going to debate on some awards. But I also want to say this real quick right now while we're on Monday Night Madness, that this show is definitely brought to you by Buffalo Cleaning Pro. If you need your team cleaned up from the playoffs, from the playoff debacles, and meeting the Buffalo Bills, call Buffalo Cleaning Pro, 716-575-9112. All right. You know what to do. If you're down there in the 305 and you need some cleaning up after your team just got dismissed, y'all disgruntled about going home, call up Buffalo Cleaning Pro. Next week, if the Bills win again, Cincinnati, hey, you need some cleaning services, clean up that act. Hey, Buffalo Cleaning Pro. All right. Now, with that being said, Jay Renard is very quiet That is dangerous. When Jay Renard is chewing gum, chewing like he a classmate, and very quiet. I can't wait till we get these awards because I know he waiting to explode. I know you is. But the 49ers exploded on the Seahawks. 41-23. They exploded on the Seahawks. Brock Purdy. Pause.
Pause. I was thinking the same thing. Pause.
Pause. Yo, and the reason why I said Brock, the reason why I said pause is because I heard this nickname that they now want to think about calling him. And
I heard it too.
I'm never on any show for that matter. Any show for that matter. Any dude who calls him that, but any matter on any show, bro. I'm gonna scratch my head a little bit. Like, what's going on here? You're a little comfortable saying that. Now, blowing bubbles. My guy's blowing bubbles back here. Talk about Brock Purdy in this performance, sir. You, Jay. You.
Yep.
Don't be sitting back. You're the one that don't believe in Brock Purdy. So I want to hear your thoughts first, sir.
I'm still going to stick with it. I don't think that Purdy is going to.
Stand on that.
What's that?
I said you're gonna stand on that, huh?
Oh, absolutely. I still don't think the 49ers are going to make it that far with Purdy. I just don't. He's a rookie. He's going to make a mistake. The 49ers are certainly a good enough team to kind of hide some of the mistakes that he could make. But, I mean, we talked about this at length before. I talked about it with Marcus. You know, I mean, literally the last time a rookie quarterback has done anything was back when Ben Roethlisberger was a rookie, but he was definitely not a 7th-round pick either. But he had a great team around him. And I'm not saying the 49ers have a great team. They're stacked. I mean, their defense is awesome. Bosa is probably he's a beast, man. There's nothing that's going to contain Bosa. Their secondary is good. Then you got CMC on the other side of the ball. You have Debo. You have Ayuk. I mean, they've got the weapons. But again, you've got a rookie quarterback. And can he play in the big games? I don't know. I mean, first round game is usually, you know, it's not the hardest game you're going to face a playoff team with. So, I mean, I don't know. Let's see. We'll see what he does next week, or actually this week.
Your thoughts, Ethan, then Justin.
Well, to be honest, I thought the 49ers played well, at least in the second half. Seattle decided to try to make it a game in the first half. Then the Niners in the second half were like, no, we're the better team. We're going to dominate the rest of the game. So, I mean, they played well enough. I mean, Purdy may not light the stat sheet up. I mean, he did have over 300 yards, but I'm saying he may not. He's a rookie, so I mean, he's doing really, really well. I mean, but that team around him is tough to beat.
I agree.
I just want everybody to know. I come on here, and I don't mean for people to think I'm like brash or hyperbolic or anything. I just want y'all to know that everything I'm telling you is the truth. Because
here we go. Here we go.
I study this stuff. Like I watch these games like 2-3 times each. You know what I mean? Kyle Shanahan is the best coach in the league. He's the best head coach in the league. He's the best play caller. And somehow he just like defensive coordinators that are damn good at their job are like falling off of trees around him. He grows them in his backyard. Somehow he always gets this great defense. And I just am like, yo, if Kyle Shanahan had a top 5 quarterback, it would be curtains. It would be another Patriots dynasty, if you want my honest opinion. I truly believe that. I think that we got lucky that Jimmy Garoppolo isn't what people thought he was going to be, because I think they could have did more than just gotten to one Super Bowl. I think they could have won like 2 or 3 if they had somebody that was really good. So I think, like he does with every other quarterback he plays with, he's going to put Brock Purdy in the best possible position to win. He's going to make sure that Brock Purdy has every answer to every question when he's out there on the football field. When he sees a blitz, when he sees a man, when he sees his zone, he's going to make sure he knows exactly where to go with the football and when and who to go to. And that's just the beautiful thing about playing in the Kyle Shanahan offense is very complicated. But if you study it and you work hard and you do things the right way, he will show you how to win football games. And as long as Brock Purdy continues to do that, because he's been doing it very well up to this point, I think they will continue to win football games. And they look like the best team in the NFC to me.
Philly.
Nah.
This number is 1 and 2 for me. And I think the 49ers.
I think 49ers are a little bit better. I mean, I'm not discounting Philly, but I think the 49ers are a touch better.
Hey, to the teams that's supposed to be doing their thing in the playoffs, I give y'all a little motivation. Next season, I'm bringing back this segment. I'm gonna give a little motivation to this segment real quick, and it's called "Clap Them Cheeks." It's called "Clap Them Cheeks." Okay, that's the segment coming up. All right, next year I'm bringing that segment back called "Clap Them Cheeks." All right, here's the motivation. Do you clap them cheeks in the playoffs? All right, straight up. All right. Now, with that being said, 49ers look real good. They do. Hella good.
By the way,
hella good.
They did. I was gonna say one thing on. You were talking about. This is just funny because you were talking about the Bills winning different games 6-3. This game's gonna end up 6-3 the way this game's going. The one that's on right now. Punt. Like, what in the world is going on with these two teams?
Well, first of all, the Bucks are even lucky to be there. Their offense has not been on track at all this season, and their defense is just horrendous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know what happened to that Bucks defense. Is it Todd Bowles? Is it Bowles?
They just randomly got bad. They used to be dominant. Now they just are mediocre as hell.
Which when Bowles took the head coaching job, maybe whoever the DC, if he's still the DC, or did they hire a DC? I don't remember.
Byron Leftwich is the offensive coordinator.
Yeah, the defensive coordinator. I'm trying to think if they hired one or if he's still running the defense as being a head coach. I don't remember.
If he is, he don't need to be.
No, I think Bowles is still running the defense.
Then that's a problem.
If he is, he don't need to be at all. It's a bad look for the Tampa Bay Bucks. I mean,
it's not like the Cowboys are lighting anybody up right now either.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, this is what you came back for, Tom. You came back for this.
Austin's family.
He said, wait a minute. He said in the beginning of the preseason, if unfinished business. Wait, what? You're 8-9.
Oh, if Carolina got their act together just a little bit sooner.
Mm-hmm. That whole division was
Speaking of which,
Drew.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, speaking of which, talking about these teams, we might as well get to these Monday Night Award categories. By the way, we put this out on Facebook earlier in the day, and our Monday Night Madness Award categories definitely include best teams, best coaches, comeback team this year, biggest comeback game, worst team, worst coaches, disappointing teams. All right. So we're gonna get it all.
Is this the whole league or just the playoffs?
This is the whole entire season NFL. All right, the NFL period. All right. Next week we will get into best players like best quarterback, best wide receiver, best running back. We'll analytically go through position by position.
Best punter.
Yeah, best punter, Sam Martin.
Best punter.
Yeah, best punter.
He saved the touchdown.
Yeah, right. He did. He saved the touchdown. We definitely will get into those player individual awards next week. But this week we got best teams. So let's start off with the best teams. You guys, best teams this year. Awards go to AFC and NFC. Best teams.
Well, NFC, it's a toss-up, but I'm still going to go Philadelphia. Philadelphia's best team, NFC.
Yeah, I'm myself. I'm leading the Niners. The way that whole team is structured, it doesn't matter who the quarterback is. So I think that it's the Niners for me.
Yay, a first down.
Yeah, I think the Eagles deserve the award, but if I had to give the award personally, I would give it to the 49ers. I do think when I look at the Eagles, I'm like, yo, clearly Jalen Hurts is a problem. Like, he just makes the offense look different. And so I do see Jalen Hurts as a really big threat, and not just a system quarterback that, you put any quarterback in there and it'll work out for you, kind of like the 49ers system is. I do think the system is working for him. Don't get me wrong. Sirianni's doing an amazing job, but I would say the Eagles deserve it. For the AFC, for me, I think in order to be the best team, you have to not only be the best, but you have to be able to beat the best. And every team in the AFC playing at their best, I don't think there's a better team that could even sniff the Buffalo Bills.
I'm a little different. To be the best, you got to beat the best. And to me, we're really good, but we're great. Don't get me wrong. But for me, it's still Kansas City.
We did beat Kansas City.
We beat Kansas City. We know that, but I'm just saying that when the playoffs come, we need to be able to pull that. We've had trouble beating them in the playoffs.
So for me, which you guys will be happy to hear this, but I think the best team in the AFC is still, which was my pick in the beginning of the year as well, is Buffalo. Now, it's close because you got Buffalo and then you got Kansas City, but I'm going to give it to Buffalo just because of the way you guys have played through a lot of the different versus situations.
I'm sorry.
That, you guys played through injuries, people almost dying. Literally, you guys have you've had your backs against the wall for a lot of different things, and you guys still remained, kind of tops in the AFC. But that's not to say, and again, I'm agreeing with Ethan as well, Kansas City's right there. And what Mahomes has done with everybody saying, well, he's not going to be able to do what he can do without Tyreek Hill, and they got no run game, and then Pacheco comes in and he's starting to run the ball. So I still give it to Buffalo. I still think you guys have the edge on that, so I will give it to Buffalo. And yes,
that's no disrespect. There's also an argument for the Bengals too.
There is, yeah, but I think Buffalo has remained solid though throughout the whole year, given what they've had to face, a lot more than what Kansas City had to face.
Mm.
You muted.
What's the matter, Firestarter?
Oh, he's got that look on his face.
He does have that look on his face.
Hold on, Justice. I should have muted that whole damn segment right there. I agree. And it's glad to see that, what you just said didn't taste like vinegar in your mouth, saying that, especially when you've been yelling this right here all year long. Somebody put it on YouTube and on Twitch right now. They put your famous saying Buffalo right here on the joint. Buffalo. This guy is talking about the Bills is the best team in the AFC. Unbelievable. As much as you've been talking all this shit about the Buffalo Bills, I knew you was conflicted, man. I said this on conflicted, man. Listen,
don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. I'm just giving the Buffalo Bills their props. That's all I'm doing. They're
He's
still
trying to give him.
Buffalo to me.
He's trying to get him. He's trying to give him too big of heads, so they lose to the Bengals because he's got the Bengals jersey on.
Trust me.
Yeah, he think he's slick.
Next season, guys, I will make sure because I'm gonna get those Buffalo shirts made, and you will all get one.
Oh,
That's such a.
I will say
Buffalo.
Cincinnati scared the hell out of me in Cincinnati. They did. Those first 2 drives were scaring the hell out of me. But it's different because that jungle was real. It was real out there.
But so's the Ralph.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. It was real out there. I was scared for the players with how loud that crowd was, right? But now you got to come to the Ralph, man, and it's going to be the same way at the opposite, you know. So it's different. What is this? Is that real?
Yeah, that's their fight song or whatever.
Yes, it is very real. Very real. Super real, y'all. Shout out to everybody that's
priceless.
Wow. So
oh man,
I'm gonna be honest with you. My 2 best teams this year. And this is a toss-up, and this is gonna taste like vinegar coming out of my mouth, but it's the Kansas City Chiefs. And the San Francisco 49ers. And here's why I say Kansas City over Buffalo. Just and I'm giving you just a teeny. I mean, it's close. I mean, it's like this close. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Y'all can hear me.
Yeah.
It's like okay. It's like this close. Patrick Mahomes without Tyreek Hill. A lot of people thought that his production was going down. In fact, his production even went up even more. The Kansas City Chiefs won 14 games this year. 14. You cannot take away what Patrick Mahomes has did. He probably, and once again, I want y'all all, everybody who told me Jalen Hurts was going to be MVP when I told you it was going to be Patrick Mahomes again. I want you all.
I said that on the show. I said that on the show. I said that on the show a few weeks ago that the MVP is going to Missouri.
I want you all to kneel and acknowledge me like Roman Reigns. All right. Because I told y'all this a month and a half ago. Even when Jalen Hurts in the Philadelphia Eagles was undefeated, and instead of the Miami Dolphins, we was talking about the Philadelphia Eagles. Yeah. They're still the team to beat, Kansas City. And the San Francisco 49ers are red hot. The Eagles lost a little steam towards the end of the season, where San Francisco they lost that steam when Jalen got hurt. But they lost that. To me, they lost the steam when they lost to the Commanders. To me, somewhat, they lost that game to the Commanders, and I was like,
"Well, they were undefeated up. They were undefeated up to that point. So they realized that they're not that they're not literally perfect."
Yeah, but it reminded me of the Pittsburgh Steelers a while ago, being undefeated. Then they play. Then you get later in the season, and you start losing. And you start losing some games.
Sucked. They weren't a great team. They were a good team. I think this Philly team is a great team.
Oh, well, I guess we'll see. This week coming up. So we had best teams. Let's talk about best coaches.
Kyle Shanahan.
Going all over the league or NFC, AFC or what?
All over the NFL, but you can only pick one AFC and one NFC.
NFC's got to go to Brian Dable.
Agreed.
What he did for that Giants team and that organization is beyond like respect. I mean, the guy like literally went in there and fixed that team and made them just an overall better team, better organization. So I'm giving it to Dabo. That's me.
That's fair.
Agreed. I got Dabo, and on the NFC, you got a team that won a game in the playoffs after having 3 wins in the year last year. I'm going to Doug Peterson.
Yeah, that's good too.
Is this coach of the year or is this like most improved coach?
Coach of the year.
Okay. All right. So for me, I'm gonna say Kyle Shanahan. Like I said before, I think he's the best coach in the AFC. I'm sorry, in the NFL. I mean, of course, the consensus might say it's Bill Belichick, and he 100% deserves that title. But as of right now, I think that Kyle Shanahan is the best coach in the NFL. When you consider that he had his second-year quarterback is supposed to be a starter this year, to first of all be able to have an environment where your former starter feels comfortable enough to come back as your backup and then be your starter for most of the season. And then when he gets injured, you have the last pick in the entire draft come in playing better than your former starter, former backup. I mean, Kyle Shanahan just continues to prove that he's a genius and he's competitive year after year. And then for the AFC, I would say I would actually agree. I think I would give it to Doug Peterson. I called the Jaguars actually winning the division before the season started. Tennessee looked like they were vulnerable. The Colts, I was actually scared about, but they turned out to be frauds.
I thought the Colts were going to win that division. I thought Matt Ryan was going to have a lot better season than he did.
I thought Matt Ryan and the Colts were going to be a problem, but the Jaguars pulled it off. And not only did they have a great season, but they got a playoff win, and hopefully they can get a second.
That would be something. That would be quite an upset.
Torch, what you got, man?
Jay, did we get yours already?
At least the NFC.
I said Dabo, and then I agreed with Peterson.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
You said the same thing as Dabo and Peterson.
Yeah, it's a consensus. I agree with both of those. Dabo definitely bringing the Giants team from obscurity to a playoff team, and not just a playoff team, but a winning playoff team. Speaks volumes to the pedigree and where, again, the foundation that he came from speaks volumes to that. Doug Peterson, when all else failed, when people counted him out, goes to Jacksonville and just restructures Jacksonville, making them go from what it looked like another losing Jacksonville season to a playoff winning team. Once again, I mean, you got to give a lot of credit to that. I mean, Trevor Lawrence, ETN, Christian Kirk. I mean, he loaded them up. May not be the best offensive correlation ever, but I mean, he loaded it up. I mean, you got Zay Jones. To be able to say Zay Jones's name with some type of conviction speaks volumes. Justin, and you understand why that is for sure. We all watched him. I mean, Jay knows all about him because he's in the division. Zay Jones was a mystery in Buffalo. Definite mystery in Buffalo. Sometimes you got to let it go to get better. And he's definitely gotten a lot better. He's gotten a lot better in Jacksonville. Give him big props and big kudos.
But here's my thing then. So is Zay Jones better than Gabe Davis?
No.
Look at Justice's face.
No.
I mean,
No.
That's no question.
And by the way,
big game Gabe. Is that what
I might
that's what Roma was calling him? Big game Gabe.
He had 113 yards, sir.
That's a pretty fitting title because that's the only time he shows up.
Playoff Gabe.
that's right. Playoff Gabe shows up in the playoffs. Definitely. By the way, the Jaguars will have Calvin Ridley next year too, which will make this even more interesting.
That's
Calvin Ridley.
I heard
Shout out to the Jaguars for making Zay Jones and Christian Kirk work because they got major flack. for that. They got
Everybody was roasting him for making Kirk the highest paid receiver.
I know,
Major
right?
flag.
Yeah.
And Zay Jones, seriously? Wow. Marvin Jones. Zay Jones.
Yeah.
Like,
Marvin Jones, that's right. Yep.
they're balling. They're
capital
balling.
B, capital
Okay.
U, capital N, capital Z. Zay Jones was buns.
It was buttons.
Buns.
He definitely was booty. He definitely was he was sewer shakes for real. Definitely go to your local concession stand for that dumpster juice. Yeah, for sure. I'm in agreement with you, Justice. He definitely was terrible. But shout out to Doug Peterson. Definitely give them props. Those two for sure. And if they're not in anybody's consensus, if we get the usual Andy Reid shit again, I don't know, man.
Well, I've heard another name that everybody's saying, even though I don't understand why, is Sirianni for the Eagles.
No.
I've heard that. I've been hearing that.
No. I like that one. He has been doing his thing.
He's the favorite to win the title.
We do.
I think he's technically the betting favorite to win that.
To win what?
Coach of the year.
Bullshit. We do.
I'm not making it up. I'm not making it up.
No, I know. No, I know you're not making it up. I'm just saying bullshit just based off the fact of, do we not remember that the Eagles was favored to win this division this year?
Were they?
They were.
Yes. They were.
Yeah.
The Eagles.
Especially after getting AJ Brown.
As soon as AJ Brown went to Philly, they were designated the favorites.
That was creative.
The favorite. Definitely were. I mean, we just didn't think that they would be undefeated for so long. That's the thing. But not to give it to two teams who wasn't in the playoffs last year, to not give it to Dable or Peterson or even Cole, give it to those two guys would be totally egregious at this point. I think it would be totally egregious.
Well, we'll see. I don't. Yeah, we see all the nonsense every year.
Yeah, but we just watched Cleveland's coach win it 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not good. Not good.
What a mess they are. But we'll move on.
Disaster. Cleveland is a disaster.
Oh yeah.
As soon as we get to worst team in the NFL, that's my pick.
All right, comeback team of the year.
You know what?
Watch out now.
I'm gonna say the
Watch out.
comeback team of the year is the Miami Dolphins. It's a tie between the Dolphins and the Jets. Because when I tell you, I thought that they were dead in the water. I thought they was gonna suck. So for them to be as good as they were, I would say I would give it to them.
I did hear you right.
No, man, seriously, I gotta give props. I thought they was gonna suck, and they actually played pretty well.
I thought both of them were going to be better. So anyway,
Yeah.
in my opinion, AFC. I know we just talked about their coach, but I'm going to give it to the Jaguars. The NFC. What was it? I had somebody for the NFC, but I can't think right now. Maybe Seattle for the NFC.
Oh, that's a good one.
After they traded Russell Wilson, and then everybody was thinking they were going to be a rebuilding team, and I know they didn't. They played well for half in the wild card game, but they at least made it to the playoffs with Geno.
I agree with you on the NFC side, Seattle. Completely disagree with the Dolphins.
Well, I didn't say the Dolphins.
No, I know you didn't. Justice did.
Yeah.
So, and here's my reasoning for the Dolphins not even being selected, because you fire Coach Flores and you end up pretty much with an identical record that you just fired that guy for.
Yeah.
There was the only difference is they made the playoffs. That's it. They were lucky to even make the playoffs. I mean, I was really, really hard on my team after the Green Bay loss, to be honest, because that was just ridiculous the way that the team was folding. I know we had problems with Tua being healthy and everything all year long, but when you're mediocre again, you're not. That's not comeback.
I think everything you just said lends more credence to them being one versus not being one, though.
It does, but look what the Jaguars have done, and that's my pick again, along with Ethan. The Jaguars went from having Urban Meyer, which was a complete disaster, and everybody was questioning Trevor Lawrence at that point. There was a lot of questions going on in Jacksonville, and now here comes Doug Peterson, who's a proven winner, who's gotten teams to the Super Bowl. He's won the Super Bowl. I mean, that team was just completely turned around, and it didn't look like it initially, because if you remember, Jacksonville, I think they had 3 or 4 wins after like week 6, something like that. I'm sorry, after week 8. So they weren't even really in the picture, and then out of nowhere they just kind of turned it around. So yeah, my pick's definitely Jacksonville as well.
Oh, for anybody who's interested, Tom Brady just threw a pick in the end zone.
Yeah, dude, that dude needs to retire.
That's why you have the toilet bowl over there.
They've been asking for it by popular demand. They've been asking for this toilet flush. I've been keeping it from them all year long, and that was the perfect time to pull it. You just said Tom Brady threw a pick. Boy, oh boy.
Dallas up 6-0.
Tom Brady, that couch is big enough for you too. If you said it's big enough for you and your trophies. All your trophies. They're going to sit down at. All right. Comeback team of the year is the New York.
6 rings definitely are going to clog the toilet.
I don't know if that comes big enough for all his trophies. We got a lot of trophies.
You got 7 of them things.
Sheesh. Oh my God, that's a crazy ass number, yo.
7, I know.
He needs a couch all by himself. He needs a couch all by himself.
Yeah, seriously.
Well, he's got it considering
Right.
he doesn't have a wife anymore.
Wow. So it's the perfect time to take the shot.
Justice has lost it.
That was savage.
Kill shot. Yeah, that was
My man
another
lost
kill
his wife
shot right there.
heads.
Yeah, kill shot. Devin a kill shot right there,
man.
Jay.
Oh, man.
Comeback team of the year is the Minnesota Vikings.
Oh my God.
What? Minnesota.
You know how many comebacks the Minnesota Vikings had this year?
You don't have a capital.
That's not what we were talking about.
Torch, you don't have a
you can wait a minute. You can preference it the word comeback any way you want. It could be comeback team of the year from last year being trash, or it could be comeback team of the year with 9 comeback wins this season and 13 wins and be the most overrated team in the league too, even though he came back. It sounds like a 50 movie. Come back from 9 times. Come back 9 times from 9 times. Yeah. Boy, oh boy. All right. With that being said, my real answer is the New York Giants. I was just being silly. It's the New York Giants, obviously. Giants definitely, once again, Brian Dable. You got to give him his props, man. Got to give him his props. All right. Biggest comeback game of the year. Biggest comeback game of the year. We've had a couple.
There's your Minnesota one.
We just watched it on Saturday night.
No, that wasn't the biggest.
27-0. That's not the biggest.
No, remember the Vikings were down 33-0. The Colts.
They were.
Oh yes, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, you're right. Damn.
But you could pick another game besides that one.
Could, yeah.
I mean, you could. I mean, that was a playoff game. That was a regular season game. Justice, your thoughts on the biggest comeback game of the year?
Biggest comeback game of the year.
Maybe Tampa Bay against that night against the Saints.
I mean, it's kind of hard not to go with the Vikings one over the Colts. That was ridiculous. I don't know how the Colts let that happen. They kind of just closed to speak about
So
who the Colts
Saturday.
are. But
So Jeff Saturday sucks.
yeah, that was pathetic. So I'm gonna have to go with that one. I mean, it's the biggest comeback of all time. It's kind of hard for me to go anywhere else. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna go with the Jaguars one. Playoffs when it matters the most. 27-0. They come from behind. 27-0.
That's a good one.
That's
a good one.
That's a damn good one. I gotta say, it's a damn good one. All right. Yeah. Now, worst team. We getting into the worst of the worst. We got like 15 minutes left. Getting into the worst of the worst. Worst teams.
Cleveland dog shit. I mean, the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns, by far, most trashiest organization, garbage. I don't even think Deshaun Watson is going to be worth anything, even next year.
That's what it's based on.
This based on expectations or what?
Yeah, I mean, they brought this guy in.
No, and I was
thinking
asking.
that he's
I was
gonna
asking.
turn around their quarterback problem, but I hate to say it, but Baker Mayfield is not as bad as a quarterback as people think he is. I mean, yeah, he's probably a second tier, and he's definitely not like a first round quarterback. But I don't know, man. I just look at that organization, and it's like you got Nick Chubb, you got Myles Garrett, you had Javon Clowney, you got Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that team should be a lot better than what they are, and they're not good. They're just not.
All right, I got one. If it's based off of expectations, I got one. I'm sorry, Dre. Green Bay Packers. They were expected to be a lot better this year.
I got one where you could base it off of either reputation or expectation or whether they actually might be the worst team in the league. That's Denver Broncos.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson's regression has got me thinking that Pete Carroll might be a genius.
Oh, for sure. For sure. They knew what they were getting rid of.
Yeah. And I think, especially when you consider what Geno just.
I'm green and yellow.
Green Bay. They get scary Halloween day, scream face. Bloody Mary, secondary, Jordan, mean face. A-Rod got them all side, free play.
There's Dre's answer.
It's the Green Bay Packers. For me.
Hey, I was just thinking
Green Bay
about
Packers.
this, going back a little bit to that most improved team. No one was talking about the Detroit Lions,
Mm.
and really, the Detroit Lions aren't on anybody's radar, but still, they did a hell of a job this season for what they had.
They made the
And
playoffs.
yeah, they're probably going to be a playoff team next year. But I just wanted to throw that in there because
So you're not wrong on that one.
Nah, you're not wrong. They could have been a playoff team this year had time not ran out on them. Time ran out on them. That's all.
Yep.
I mean, Seattle did what they did. So I mean, and after watching
So
Seattle,
Detroit, but what hurt the Lions is when they lost to the Panthers.
Yeah.
yeah, Detroit should have. Detroit probably would have gave San Francisco a better game. Honestly,
Could have, yeah, I can see that.
yeah. Offensively, Detroit is filthy. Offensively, surprisingly, they're filthy. Jamal Williams had 19 touchdowns this year. 19.
That boy was going crazy.
Yeah,
And one of
Green Bay. You should feel
he
like
broke,
gave him.
he broke
you gave
Sanders'
away
record.
Yeah, they gave away Jamal Williams to a divisional team, and he just came and bitching 2 games in a row this year.
Good job, Dow.
Green Bay.
Good job, Packers.
Yeah, Green Bay, worst team in the league. Worst team this year. Absolutely by far. Worst team. No, it's not by far because the Broncos damn sure was the most boring team. You lucky I
Yeah,
got
but
a
The reason I didn't pick them is because they weren't expected to be there. And really,
Broncos?
they were getting some hype, but I mean, with those
Man, those people
the
saying that
receivers,
the AFC
but that's the
West
thing
was
that the receivers couldn't stay healthy. That's my receivers haven't been able to stay healthy the last few years, so that was my only thing. I was like, I don't know if they can. Russell's good, but usually Russell's good, but
worst
this year.
coaches.
Nathaniel Hackett.
Oh, good, he missed it again.
Hell yeah.
Just,
Dallas is getting points by beat Tampa.
Nathaniel Hackett is definitely one.
I'm sorry, but when you have when a few games into the season, when you have to hire somebody to help you manage time, that's like, what are you doing out there?
Well, it could be him. It could be Matt Rule. It could.
I'm gonna give a shout out to Brandon Staley for this category.
Whoa.
What about Kingsbury?
No way that team should be a just sneak into the playoffs and then one and done type team. There's no way that team should be looking like that.
Well, Kingsbury needs to get some credit there too. Kingsbury's awful.
I'm gonna tell you what, and you guys will probably not agree with me with this, but I'm gonna pin something on Bill Belichick
Ooh,
because
I can see that.
This organization now is I don't know what he's doing. I literally
Mm-hmm.
putting Matt Patricia into an offensive coordinator position.
Well, he's not. He wasn't officially the offensive coordinator.
I know he because he doesn't give titles to people, but his title is going to be teamless next season if Kraft doesn't see improvement.
We'll get one more.
Yo, he said his title gonna be teamless. Yo, too
They're
funny.
talking about bringing Bill O'Brien back as their OC next year.
Yeah.
All right. So I think this guy is the worst coach off of one game. And it's the game y'all was talking about earlier, 33-0, and you let the Minnesota Vikings come all the way back and bust your ass.
Just Saturday.
Oh,
Just-
you mean the one that's not really a coach?
Yeah, the one that's not.
I mean, you can't really pin that on Saturday. I mean, he was coaching high school football before he went into
Yes,
the
it
coach
is.
program.
Yes, it
I
is.
put that.
I don't
I'm
give a
sorry.
damn.
So I
Yes,
also
it is.
so I put that. I also put that more on Irsay for hiring him in the first place.
I don't give a damn.
I
I'm
know,
putting it
I thought
on
it was
just
awful.
Saturday because he's the coach. I don't give a damn. He the coach. He got to own it. He got to own it. He shouldn't be coaching football on Saturdays, let alone Sundays. All right. So I don't give a damn. Jeff Saturday, you are the weakest link and the donkey of the year. Stupid. Give it up. 33 nothing. 33 nothing. Like what the? How do you even? How do you even go into the press conference room or into the team organization room the next day to have a press meeting about how you just blew a 33-0 lead? Like how the hell does that go? Well, man, we couldn't do it this week. we gave up a 33-point lead this week. Like how did that conference call? Or how did that conference meeting go? I would have loved to be the fly on the damn wall in Indianapolis after that one. Okay. Absolutely atrocious. That would be like coming into a meeting and then you hear you're a coach and you hear Miami Dolphins, because that's exactly where his ass would be getting sent to. He'd be getting sent to clean the benches for the Miami Dolphins.
I know what he must have been getting some coaching tips from Dan Quinn on that one.
Yeah, or wherever Dan Quinn is.
Well, I mean, he did
All right.
have Matt Ryan. I mean, the quarterback was Matt Ryan, so that makes sense.
Yo, speaking of Matt Ryan, we got to talk about disappointing teams. The last thing we got to talk about before we go.
Disappointing
team. I'll start off by saying the Colts.
I already did with disappointing teams.
That's worse team.
Oh, worst teams. I don't know. What do we do?
No, worst teams, right? Worst, and then teams that disappointed you this year. Difference. Total difference. Worst team and teams that disappointed you. The Colts are one.
The Colts.
The Texans.
Broncos, number 2.
Broncos, Colts, yeah. Raiders.
Rams. Raiders.
Chargers.
Ooh. Yo, my man hit the Price is Right fail horn. Yo, that's a fact. That's a fact, bro. I don't know, man. It's terrible.
I was disappointed in the Ravens.
It's in the Ravens?
I was disappointed in their season. I wouldn't put them as like my winner of this topic, but their season overall, I was a bit disappointed.
Well, losing Lamar didn't help.
Yeah, it didn't.
Yeah, absolutely. With that being said, you know what helped? It helped that everybody was tuned into the show. Man, this one is an interesting one. Justice General. You got the first show, Monday Night Madness. You got some spark already, man. You getting some heat. Like you a WWE heel. You getting heat already, which is good. Jay Bernard.
Man, I'm just telling the truth.
You know, Jay Renard, my guy, is the king of the heat. King Hill over here. The King Hill over here. Jay Renard, DJ Tank in the building. You know, he get hella heat every week. And he come and scorch it every week. Every week, putting the pizzazz and fire into it. Ethan Tweedy was good, man. I think me and you are on neutral, mellow ground. I think we are on a mellow soil. We in between. We don't catch a whole lot of heat, but nevertheless,
it's true because like I'll talk with Ethan, you know, just messaging back and forth, and he don't move like he don't. It's like he's like right in that center. He don't move. His dial doesn't move.
No, I know. I try not to get you. Well, that's then. You should hear me. You should hear me in between. You should hear me in football game watching the Bills play. I turn it up then.
Ethan, I'm actually glad that you mentioned that. I'm glad that you mentioned that because I'm gonna end the show with this clip.
Yeah.
They said that's how it's gonna sound next week. It's gonna be distorted next week. Well, I just heard somebody say that. Somebody just put that's how it's gonna sound next
Getting me fired up.
The Bills make me wanna.
Shout.
That was Sunday, right on the field. Yeah, I know what it is, man. You know what we do. Rise Up Family, second to none. We here, all the exclusive shit. All right, make sure y'all like, share, support every week. We appreciate you on this beautiful Monday Night Madness. We got a Waffle Sports Report, late night sports coming up, 10 o'clock p.m. Get ready, Mookie Hawkins, and then we'll be on the ones and twos as well. Yep, Justin's on his way up here right now. I'm already here in the building. Get ready. A whole lot of fun is coming up with that at the 10 o'clock hour. All right. For myself, the fire starter, for Justice General, my guy, Jay Renard, the Tank, DJ Tank in the building, Ethan Tweedy in the building, doing a thing. We appreciate y'all tonight for watching, tuning in. Looked real good. But it's been real and it's been a lot of fun. I'm going to keep it at that. It's been real and it's been a lot of fun.
Go Bills.
Yeah, they better show up. They definitely better show up. Got to do way better against the Bengals coming up. By the way, there is some reports that Damar will make an appearance this week. Definitely already works. Last week they announced the offense. This week, Ethan,
this Sunday, it didn't happen.
Nah, this Sunday they saved it. It wasn't for the Miami Dolphins. They saving it.
Oh.
Well, you know who they play this week, and you know that the defense is getting announced this week because offense got announced last week.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a soul feeling that 2 announcements will come in one week. Get ready. It's only Monday. A certain someone may be coming back to the roster this week.
Well,
Certain safety.
No, he already got ruled out. He already got ruled out. Hey, he already got ruled out. Torch. He already got ruled out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he already did.
Yeah, coach ruled him out today.
That's it for you.
Well, that sucks. Hopefully we hear from one of them, at least. It'd be nice. Get somebody.
Wouldn't surprise me if he was back. Wouldn't surprise me if he was back in at least attending the game in a suite or something.
Yeah, let's get him somebody. You got to fire them up come Sunday. We'll be there Sunday, by the way.
I'll be watching on my couch. I don't have enough funds to go to that game.
I'm trying to be security for that game.
I wish I could.
Yes, sir. So someone, I'm definitely about to make sure we're going to put that good word in for sure. Wait a minute. You know what? We'll talk about it when you get here. All right. With that being said, It's been real. It's been a whole lot of fun. Enjoy, folks.